Hey, what's going on, guys? For today's video, I just wanted to do a kind of brief review here on the Maschinen Krieger Fireball SG kit from Waves. This is not a recent release, but I've been wanting to build this kit up, so in today's video, we're just going to basically kind of go over the box and the contents inside, and then we'll take a look at how the kit is going to look just kind of built straight out of the box before getting into any painting or customizing or anything like that, just so you can have an idea of what to expect if you're planning on building this kit for yourself. So we got some basic information up here at the top, letting us know this is a 1/20 scale kit and some beautiful artwork here on the front with that awesome skull camo pattern there, complete with Koyokama-san's signature there in 2023 when this kit was released. Here on the ends of the box, you got the same thing there, and on the side we can see the fully painted sample build there, front and back, with the decals and everything on there. And over here you can see the included pilot head that we're going to have included for the open hatch on the top. Around on the other side, a little bit of lore text there in Japanese, another image of the kit, and some more information about the suit there as well. Again, it's all in Japanese, but considering that we obviously don't have like an anime or a game or anything like that to give us our backstory for this stuff, gleaning whatever information we get from different articles and what's on the box and packaging and all that is always nice. Now this one, I did go ahead and actually remove all the runners from the bags already. So obviously normally you would open this up and everything would be all bagged up, but just to take a look here at the instruction manual, we've got here on the back the paint guide. This is all in Japanese as well, and the decal guide here showing where the decals should be placed. Of course, you don't have to follow that, but just kind of your guide for the decals. And then the rest of the instructions inside here is just going to be going over the construction of the kit, building the body first, finishing up the body, and then moving on to the limbs, the legs there, arms on the next page, and final assembly. So that's it. It's pretty straightforward building these suit kits. And then of course we've got our awesome water slide decals here for the markings, mostly in white, black, and red for the caution markings, and then some nice decals here for the larger markings, including of course the eyes and nose there for like the skull if you wanted to stick with like the box art and you want to use the decals for that instead of painting. Usually people will just paint the skull pattern on there, but you got some other really cool ones. Not sure if I'll ultimately end up using any of these or maybe something else from a different set, but taking a look at the runners here, we've got our Fireball SG pilot figure, or pilot figure head anyway, at the very least, for the pilot head inside. And then in gray here, we've got the PC runner, which is going to be in this softer material here for like the polycaps, also for the hoses and some joint parts on here. This is just the runner for the like standard SAFS. So some of these parts will end up being used, some will not. And then all the rest of the runners are here in this kind of cream off-white color. This is SAFS runner B, which looks to be like mostly parts for the legs and a couple of other little bits on there. SAFS runner A here is going to be some main parts for the body, arm, waist connection parts there, parts for the hand. Then runner X here is a new runner specifically for this kit, specifically parts for the Fireball SG there. So it's a little bit different parts for around on the back side. And this part obviously for the hatch on top. So a few of the new bits specifically for this kit. Runner L here is from the Snake Eye kit. There's a couple of parts for the backpack, like the main thruster bells there on the back. I think these are parts for like the kneecaps. Runner M from the original Fireball kit. You can see a couple of pieces on here for around on the body, armor panels for above the shoulders there, I believe. And then runner F is another SAFS runner here, with our last small little runner here just being the parts for the arm on the left side. This one also being a new runner, Fireball SG. This is runner Y for the new parts there for the laser arm. So this off-white color for the suit, not necessarily my favorite when it comes to trying to remove seam lines. Sometimes in this color, it's just kind of harder to see sometimes, but it's a good opportunity to use some of this Mr. Cement SPB, the B standing for black. So it's basically like extra thin cement essentially, but it's black. So when you're working on parts that are white or off-white like this and trying to remove the seams on those, sometimes it can be hard to see. So using this black cement can just kind of make it a little bit easier. So I'll go ahead and use this for this kit's purposes. I'll show you guys how it's going to look just all built before we put any primer on it, and then we go ahead and work on the construction and we'll be back. And then all put together straight out of the box, here is how it's going to look. Obviously really needs some painting, but as you can see I'll go ahead and close up all the seam lines on this. Basically as it is, it's ready for paint right now. I haven't done any different modifications to it. So again, if you're just following the instructions, closing up the seams, this is how it's meant to look. But then of course, there's always the joy of making it your own, customizing it. There'll be some common additions like adding the wires here at the back of the ankles. And then I'm not really sure what else I might do with this. I don't really have anything particular in mind. Probably just be like adding a few bits here and there, adding some more details. The hatch here at the top can open up, and you do have the pilot's head that you can put in there, and then you can also have this connection piece here for the lid, as it were. But there is two options for that. There's a fixed one, and which is what I'm trying to put in here at the moment. There you go. That just goes in there like that. And then there is also a like movable one that has a little poly cap, and it's one that you can actually open and close. Although this hinge one is nice just because it's just gonna look a bit nicer, I think. So a lot of nice detail on the inside of there. And yeah, just at the moment of not knowing what my plans are for this, don't know if I'm ultimately gonna have that open or closed. Probably gonna just keep that closed, I think, for this one. I'm thinking at the moment anyway. Also probably going to replace this like antenna rod there with actual like brass rod, just to make sure that that plastic isn't gonna snap. This is also not even glued on yet, just because I'm planning to replace that with a metal rod. So there will be a couple more additional modifications and things to add to this, I think. One thing to note is that for like the seam line here going across the top of the chassis, I did go ahead and like re-scribe out this panel, just because in the process of removing that seam, obviously you're gonna lose some of the definition of that panel line there. So while removing that seam, I did go ahead and re-scribe that. Also had to re-scribe a couple of the lines, like going around the arms here too, like on the forearm on this side, had to re-scribe out that line. And then on the opposite arm over here, the bicep part of the left arm, had to re-scribe that line going around there. So there's a little bit of cleanup, other than just kind of like sanding the seam lines, a little bit of like detail cleanup that's involved in there too. Most of the seams on this kit are pretty easy. Probably the hardest one's just this one here. These ones kind of going between the center part and just above the main thrusters here, which it looks like mine are not straight. I might have to see if I can pop one out of there and straighten it or something. But in the meantime, just wanted to show you guys just kind of what to expect if you've not built one of these kits yet. This is kind of how it's going to look ultimately right out of the box. And again, just obviously they're just really meant to be painted, but a little bit on the articulation. I mean, they are articulated, not a ton, but you do have a little bit of like elbow bend, shoulder movement up there as well. Obviously this side, the left side doesn't have a hand, but the hand that we do have for the right side, it's just going to be able to move a little bit there at the wrist, and that's kind of about it. Hips are also just gonna be pretty basic, as the legs are just attached to the hip via a ball joint there, so you can spread the legs out slightly and kind of move them forward and back. The knee bend as well there, as you can see, we can bend the knee slightly, and the ankles as well will bend slightly. You can adjust the angle of the feet slightly, as those are also connected via ball joints. So you have a little bit of articulation overall. The suits aren't really necessarily meant to be like doing gymnastics or super dynamic poses or anything like that. So at this point, I'm going to enjoy getting a bit creative and kind of making it my own, doing a little bit more work on this before getting a coat of primer on it. Like I said, just want to add maybe a couple things, do a little bit of customization or something. So I'll work on that and share that in a future video if you guys are interested. If you would like to see that, let me know in the comment section. If you'd like to see a follow-up on like how to add a little bit of detail and how to get started on the painting on a kit like this. I know obviously I've built and painted a number of kits like this here on the channel, but maybe not really shown a lot of that process, just because I'm still very much like an amateur when it comes to this style of modeling. But if it's something you guys would like to see covered, let me know in the comment section. If you guys want to check out some more kits like this, you can check out the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. Don't carry a ton of Maschinen Krieger stuff here, but obviously there's loads of paints, tools, supplies, and everything else that you need. You can check out everything that's available there on the website down in the link below. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure to subscribe for more. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.